Welcome. Thank you for joining this 1-hour Hatha Yoga practice. Hope you're doing well wherever you are. And just a reminder that if you would like to have music for this practice, you can follow me on Spotify, Tamara YBR, and use any of the playlists. As well, the classes will be uploaded to YouTube, so you can check out my YouTube channel, Tamara Maxim, and follow the classes anytime you like. Tonight we'll start with one of these beautiful intention cards to give a little extra depth to our practice. Turn it upside down. And also one more public service announcement. On May 2nd, if you're watching this practice before then, I will be doing a special fundraising class. It's my birthday that day, and I'd like to help a charity called Backpack Buddies. So if you're available to practice with me at 9:15 a.m., you can join or donate to the charity, and the information is on Facebook, or you can message me directly for it. And today our extra bonus intention is joy. Joy can be found in two ways: as a spontaneous, blissful moment that occurs as a reaction to something wonderful, or as a great pleasure arising from the feeling of accomplishment. So bring in a little extra joy into your practice tonight. And one of the things that can keep you joyful is a sense of peace and relaxation. So do that through the breath. And maybe tonight we'll even bring in the breath of joy, really fun experience. Let's start today in a nice tall seat. So you're welcome to stay on your shin bones like I just was, or find a block to sit on or onto your mat, and find a comfortable cross-legged position. Let your palms rest on your thighs, maybe with your palms facing up if you feel like you have energy to share or you'd like to receive energy, or facing down if you need a little bit more grounding. Find your sweet seat here, Sukhasana. Feel the sitting bones rooting down. You might even want to shift a little bit side to side just to get centered on them. Let the thighs and knees relax down. Lift up tall through the crown of your head. Shoulders sliding down the sides of the spine. Close your eyes if you like. Bring awareness to your breath. I know the feeling of joy, it's hard to find when times are difficult, maybe especially in times like this where we might feel socially isolated or restricted creatively. Maybe we're feeling stressed about our lack of work or lack of connection. But joy can be found really in every moment. It's a choice, really, to feel joyful and not to give weight to the things that you're experiencing, just facing them as they are. So you can choose to be joyful for hopefully the next 60 minutes and beyond. And float your hands to your heart center and find maybe your own personal intention, something that speaks to you. Maybe it is the word joy or something else meaningful. Use that as your personal intention, your sankalpa for this practice. As well, find a collective intention, something for the greater good, some way that you can share this energy from the practice out into the world. It can be through a place, a person, a cause. There are plenty of places right now to share this energy. And find that anchor into your breath. Your breath is what keeps you here present in this moment. This zone of the yoga experience should be in the present. Take a deep clearing breath in through your nose. And sigh out your mouth, let something go. Exhale. Feel your shoulders soften. One more. Inhale through your nose. And sigh, let your shoulders soften. Bring your awareness to the center of your heart and see if you can turn up the brightness and volume of your heart. And together, gathering in your intentions, your dedication, will create one beautiful sound of Om. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Sigh out your mouth, exhale. Inhale for Om. Om. Let the vibration of Om radiate a sense of peace and harmony throughout your body, and let it continue to radiate like ripples from your heart center in all directions, and send it out into the world. If there's any last wish that you'd like to make for your practice or for anyone or anything, please feel free to layer it in now. Bowing your mind deeply toward your heart to remind yourself that your heart is truly the mind of this practice. Releasing your palms onto your thighs, blink your eyes open, lift your gaze back through center, and come off of your seat, and we'll meet in a tabletop position. So you can slide your knees back so you're more in the middle of your mat. Fingertips are spread wide, palms right underneath the shoulders. So wrists under the elbows, elbows under the shoulders, knees are under the hips. So create a box-like shape with your body. Tuck your toes. Draw the belly in to create what you can find as a neutral spine. Root through the finger pads so there's not as much weight on your wrists. And in fact, you can always come to your forearms for this as well. Take an inhale breath, your tailbone goes up, tummy down, chest up. Look up as you press into the palms or your forearms if they're down. As you exhale, untuck the toes, round the spine, pull your hips back towards your heels until your fingertips tent, and bring the chin toward your chest. Do a nice cat back to tabletop. Lift your tailbone as you inhale, tummy down, chest up. And as you exhale, untuck the toes, round the spine, pull hips back toward your heels, big breath out, exhale, chin to chest. Slow breath in as you come back through center, tuck the toes, tailbone up, tummy down, chest up. And one more, round the spine, pull back, tent the fingertips, create a big dome in the upper back. Inhale, come back through center. We'll start with our right leg out to the right. So your heel is in line with your hip, and try to root the outer edge of your right foot down. So you get a nice stretch to the outer edge of your right leg. Keep your left palm on the mat. You might want to have a block nearby to catch your shoulder as we come down. Start by taking a big sweep of your right arm up to the sky. Look up to your hand. Press into your left fingertips. Reach up. And as you exhale, hover that right shoulder as you sweep the right arm under the left. You can bend your left elbow. Press into your left hand. Inhale, sweep all the way up. Reach to the sky. Maybe you got even a little arch to the side. Exhale, sweep that right arm underneath. Hover the right shoulder. Bend your left elbow as you need. 2 more times like that. Inhale, reach the right arm up and back. Open your heart. Exhale, right arm threads underneath the left, bend your left elbow. Last time, we'll open it up and then we'll come all the way down for a hold. Big breath in. As you exhale, slide that right arm underneath the left, bend your left elbow as much as you need. Maybe you take a block to catch your shoulder or your cheek or your temple as you come all the way down to the mat. You might need to walk your right foot further out to the right. Maybe tent your left hand if that feels good, or extend your palm all the way forward. You can tuck your left toes if you need more stability, and maybe you sweep your left arm back behind you and you can hook those fingers around the top of the right thigh. And you can press the back of your right hand down, see if you can spin that top shoulder open just a little bit more, maybe look up. Let's take 3 more deep breaths here. Try to pull the outer right hip back and down. 2 more breaths. Last big inhale. And exhale. And if you have your arm back behind you, bring your palm underneath your face. Press into your hand, sweep your right leg all the way back and up. Open your heart. As you exhale, bring your right palm down to the mat and sweep your right leg back behind you. Take an inhale to draw the belly in, stabilize the core, keep your left toes tucked. Right finger pads are pressing down. You can also use the forearm. Inhale your left fingertips forward, reach forward and back. Stay for the exhale, draw the belly in. Take 1 more inhale, really extend, press out through your right heel, fingertips reach forward. As you exhale with your strong core, draw the knee to the elbow, let them glide past each other. Inhale to extend forward and back. Exhale, let the elbow and knee glide past each other. 2 more, inhale, extend, draw the belly in. Exhale, they glide past each other. 1 more, inhale, weight into the finger pads. Exhale, bring it in. Hold here, draw the belly in for 3, 2, 1. Extend all the way forward, and you can stay or bend your back knee, maybe here, or reach back for the inside arch of your right foot with your left hand. Try to keep your knee aligned. So draw the outer right hip down, kick your foot into your hand, up and back. Maybe you gaze down at your right hand, maybe forward or maybe up. And hold again for 3. Keep kicking, 2, and 1. Release. Let's take child pose. Bring your knees together or wide, hips to heels, extend through the finger pads, tent the finger pads, and pull your forehead down. Take a big breath in, and as you exhale, let the arm bones soften, forehead down. If you like, you can slide your arms beside you, palms facing up, just a couple more breaths. And knowing you can always come to this posture if you need as a rest, a way to restore and recover. And then letting the arms come back out in front of you. Plunge into your hands, pull yourself up, and this time step your left leg out to the left. So your left heel is in line with your left hip, outer edge of the left foot pressing down. And continuously try to pull that hip back and down. So left hip back and down. Try to walk your palms underneath your shoulders, back toes are tucked. Take an inhale breath as you press into your right hand. Sweep your left arm up and toward the ceiling, fingertips reaching. Stay here for the exhale. Pull your outer left hip back and down. One more breath. Reach up. As you exhale, sweep your left arm under your right arm. Maybe bend your elbow. Hover the left shoulder. Inhale, open it up again. Reach up, maybe a little arch back. Exhale, sweep it under. A couple more. Inhale, open it up, pulling that left hip back and down. Exhale, sweep your shoulder under just to hover. You can always have the block handy for the next one. Inhale, sweep your left arm up, open it up. Exhale, bend your right elbow as much as you need. Sweep your left arm all the way underneath you, and maybe you can come to your cheek, to your temple, to the outer left shoulder. Maybe you tent your right fingertips out in front of your face. Try to roll the outer left hip back and down, or maybe you extend your right arm all the way forward. Press your palm down and draw the outer right shoulder back. Stay here or stabilize with the back of your left hand. Reach your right arm back behind you, and maybe you can bind to the outer left thigh. And then hook your fingertips inside of the thigh. Take a big breath in, press into your hand, big breath out. A couple more like that. Maybe you gaze up. Try to roll to the outer edge of your left shoulder. You might feel a lot of difference from one side to the other. I definitely feel tighter on my left shoulder. Last full breath. Exhale here. Bring your right palm back underneath you. Press into it. Give your left arm a big reach up and open. Exhale, both hands come down to the mat. Right toes stay tucked. Sweep your left leg back behind you. Now draw the belly in so you have a lot of stability here in the core. Take an inhale breath as you press down into your left finger pads or your forearms. Sweep your right arm forward. Draw the belly in. Stay here as you exhale. Inhale to extend forward and back. Press out through your heel. Outer left hip rolling down. Exhale, glide the right knee past the left elbow. Inhale again. Reach forward and back. Exhale, bring them toward each other and glide past. 2 more. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bring it in. Last time here. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bring it in. And now come back to extension. Stay here or bend your back knee. Reach back for the inside arch of your left foot with your right hand and roll your outer left hip back and down. Kick your foot back and up as you lift your chest by kicking the foot back into your hand. Maybe you gaze down, maybe straight ahead, or maybe you look up. Keep rolling outer left hip down. Hold, kick for 3, for 2, and 1. Release slowly. We'll come back into child pose. Knees can be together or wide, but let your palms come forward like you're clapping. Palms together touching, bend your elbows, and then bring the thumbs to the nape of your neck. And if you like, you can take the knees wider and let the heart melt down. Try to walk your elbows more forward and get the hips to the heel. Take 3 full rounds of breath here. Feel the pressure of the heart down toward the mat as the hips pull back. Beautiful. Spread your palms forward. Tend into your finger pads. Lift yourself all the way up. Tuck your toes. Shift the hips back and up. Adho Mukha Svanasana. First one of the practice. Bend your knees a lot to get the length from your fingertips to your shoulders and shoulders to your hips. So get that nice long spine. Belly can be right on the thighs. Push your finger pads forward and down. Lift your hips away from your hands. And maybe start to pedal out your feet one at a time, side to side, and get more length into the back of the legs, into the side body, underneath the arms, through the Achilles tendon, hamstrings, whole body stretching from shoulders to fingers, from hips to heels. Deep breath in and a deep breath out. Stay here, 3 breaths. You can always lower your knees for tabletop or child pose. It helps to bend the knees a lot, so don't be afraid to do that. Last full round of breath. Inhale and exhale. And now keep your feet hip distance apart. On your inhale breath, lift your heels high to the sky. As you exhale, drop both heels to the right side of your mat so you're on the outer blade of your left foot. Pressing down, outer blade of your right foot, pressing down. Press them into the mat. Deep breath in and a long breath out. Inhale back through center, lift your heels. Press the outer blade of both feet down into the mat as you pull your hips back and up. Deep breath in and a long breath out. One more. Inhale and exhale. Inhale back through center, lift your heels, bend your knees, pull the hips back and up. And as you exhale, straighten out the legs and press your heels down. Slowly start to walk your hands toward the back of your mat. Come to a standing forward fold. Soften your knees, grab your opposite elbows with your palms, and sway side to side. And then allow yourself to fold right into the center. Let your head be heavy. More weight into the toes. Back of the legs might lengthen. Release your arms. Press into your feet. Slow roll all the way up to standing. And as today our intention is the breath as joy, we'll have the breath of joy here. You can really stand anywhere near the back of your mat so you have some space out in front of you. And think of yourself like a joy conductor here. I haven't done this for a long time and it feels so good. So you can kind of get into a rhythm, soften your knees, and it looks like this. The arms go up, inhale, soften the knees, arms go out, inhale, inhale, up again, and then ha. Inhale, arms go up, out to the side, inhale again, and ha. So join me when you're ready. Inhale, 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 ha. Breath of joy. In, ha. Few more. Inhale, 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 ha. Inhale, 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 ha. 2 more. Inhale, 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 ha. Inhale, 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 ha. And just let the body hang and swing. Something fun that you can do anytime you need a little extra joy. And soften your right knee a lot. Bring your right palm underneath your face. It can be on a block if you need, left hand to left hip. start to turn and twist toward the left. Maybe you stay here, or you lift your left arm up to the sky, or like we did in that first variation, maybe you can, or first pose, you can spin your palm back behind you, hook to the top of the right thigh, get a little extra twist. Find that bind. You're wringing out any tension or tightness from the spine. And one more breath. Release. Halfway lift, palms to shins, lengthen your chest forward, Ardha Uttanasana. This time exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Let the head be heavy, knees can be bent. Can you wrap your hands behind your calves, forehead toward your shins? If you can, try to straighten out your legs more. Breathe in, more weight into the toes. Breathe out, head surrenders down. And then soften your left knee a lot. Bring your left palm underneath your face, maybe to a block. Right hand to right hip, and start to turn and twist. Your right leg lengthens as the left knee bends. And maybe you stay here, or like we did in that opening posture, you can reach your right arm up, get a big open stretch for the chest. Spin your palm around. Maybe it comes to the lower back, or maybe it wraps around the top of your left thigh. And twist a little deeper. And very similar to the first shape there from the start of the class. Really, all yoga poses are based on just a few simple shapes and different orientations. Release that hand, inhale, exhale, fold, palms to your shins, inhale, lengthen, exhale, release all the way down. Soften your knees, rise up, Urdhva palms touch as you reach back. Hands to the heart center, Samastitihi. You're welcome to keep your feet hip distance or together. On your inhale, reach your arms up to the sky. Press your left palm up to the ceiling. Wrap your right fingertips around your left wrist. You can bend your elbows as much as you need. Inhale, lengthen your arms the best you can. Lengthen through the legs. As you exhale, hinge up and over to the right side, Parsva Chandrasana, the side standing half moon pose. Your gaze can be centered. You can always look down toward the right, or maybe turn your gaze underneath your left arm. And see if you can press the hips more to the left, arch a little bit more to the right. Some people might like to step their right toes out to the right, or maybe even lift them up. Take one more inhale here. A little deeper on the exhale. Inhale, come back through center, reach your arms up to the sky. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to release. Inhale to rise all the way up again. Urdhva Hastasana, little back bend forms. Hands to heart center. Release your arms up to the sky. Again, feet can be hip distance or together. Flip your right palm up to the sky. Wrap your left fingertips around your right wrist. You can soften your arms as much as you need and your legs. Take an inhale, lengthen the best you can. Exhale, hinge up and over to the left side, hips to the right. Try to pull that arm up and over you. You can gaze down, straight ahead, or look up. Try to create some space in the upper body, space for the shoulders. Feel free to stay or step those left toes out to the left. Maybe you even float them up. Find that connection to your core. Keep stretching and keep breathing. Parsva Chandrasana. Another deep inhale. Go a little deeper on your exhale. One more breath. Inhale and exhale. Inhale back through center. Reach both arms up to the sky. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale to release. We'll come up one last time here. Inhale, reach all the way up. Hands to heart center. Hands to your hips. Step your big toes together to touch. We'll come into Vrikshasana, tree pose. Right knee comes up into the chest. Keep your foot active. Turn your right knee out to the right. And place your right foot either somewhere below the knee, even tapping down to the floor if you need, or above the knee. And connect your foot into your leg wherever it meets, and hug the inner thighs toward each other. Hands come to the heart, and now you find your drishti, your gaze. Still focus on your breath. Feel a strong connection of the roots into your standing foot, and maybe you reach your arms up to the sky. You're welcome to stay here. If you want to take this into another little bit of a side bend, take your right hand on the inside of your right leg and then hinge up and over to the right side with your top hand reaching to the right. Take a deep breath in and a long breath out. One more. Inhale and breathe out. Inhale back through center. Hands come to the heart. Knee to chest. And step it down. Give your legs a little shimmy and a shake. Other side, hands to the hips. Weight down into your right foot. Lift your left knee up. Take it out to the left. Feel free to put that foot anywhere along your leg, maybe just not right into the knee. Connect your foot to the inner thigh or the inner shin. Hands to your heart, your toes might even be tapped down. Wherever you're connected, foot to the leg, squeeze them to each other so inner thighs engage. Get more stable through the standing foot. Feel free to stay. Find your drishti, your focal point. Reach your arms up. You're welcome to stay here for a little side bend. Take your left hand to the inner left thigh and reach up and over toward the left side with your right arm. Feel that side body stretch. Deep breath in and a long breath out. One more. Inhale. Feel the breath from your toes to your fingers. Exhale a little deeper. Inhale back through center. Knee to the chest. And lower down. Beautiful, everybody. Inhale. Sweep up and back. Exhale. Fold forward. Inhale. Ardha Uttanasana. Lengthen halfway. Palms to shins or fingers to the floor. Exhale. Fold. And now take a few steps to come forward. We'll make our way back to downward dog. You can stay here in downward dog for the next 3 breaths. Even take a child pose or a little vinyasa to flush it out. Inhale, ripple forward, high plank pose. Lower all the way to your belly. Take a cobra, little back bend. Lift your heart. Exhale to lower. And tuck your toes, shift your hips back to your heels, extended child pose. And then all the way back in that downward dog. And we'll all meet here. Take a deep breath in. And a long breath out. Take your right foot and step your right foot through inside of your right thumb. Back heel spins down. There's hip distance between your heels and you rise. Warrior one. Outer right hip pulling back, left thigh forward. And the same connection that you had to your feet for balancing on one leg. Feel that through both feet, equally rooted down. Take an inhale breath, reach up a little higher. Bend a little deeper and see if you can curl your sacrum toward your back heel so there's no back bend here. Take another deep inhale, lengthen the side body. Exhale to deepen into the right knee. And let your hands come to your lower back. Interlace your palms together, tight hands. Squeeze them tight. Close your hands the best you can. Imagine you have a pearl in your hands. Draw the shoulders back. Keep the elbows bent. Knuckles at the sacrum. Take one more inhale. As you exhale, try to straighten your arms the best you can. Lift your chest. Knuckles toward the earth, chest toward the sky. Breathe in here. As you exhale, bow forward over your front thigh. And let the right shoulder rest. But tuck your chin in toward your chest. And see if from that point you can get more opening of the shoulders. Hands come up away from the lower back even more. Outer right hip pressing back. Take a deep inhale. And a long exhale. One more inhale. And exhale. And now bring your hands to the mat. Step your left foot a little bit further back. Come high on your left toes. Lift your heel. You can plant your left hand down or tent the fingertips. On your inhale breath, reach your right arm up to the sky. And that same idea, can you pull the chest open? Reach your fingertips back behind you. Stay here or spin the hand around. And maybe you can hook it just to the top of your left thigh and pull your chest a little bit more. Deep inhale and a long exhale. Inhale your hand back up. Both hands come to the mat and lift your chest forward and up. Big breath in. As you exhale, straighten that front leg, forehead to your shin, pyramid pose. Again, inhale to lengthen, maybe blocks under your hands. Exhale to fold. Hold here, 3 breaths. Feel free to use those blocks to bring the ground a little closer to you. You can always step your left foot closer. Any variations with the hands, if you have different variation here, go for it. 2 more breaths. Now soften into the front knee, plant your hands under your shoulders. We'll step back, downward dog. Feel free to take a little vinyasa as we did or stay here, and I'll lead you through the vinyasa. Inhale, ripple forward, exhale to lower. Take a back bend. You could take cobra or slide the chest through upward dog. Feel free to go through child pose and then make your way back, downward facing dog. Deep breath in and a deep breath out. Step your left foot through inside of your left thumb, back heel spins down. And as you're ready, rise up. Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. Feet are hip distance apart, especially your heels hip distance apart. Outer left hip pulling back, right thigh forward, and that same foundation of the feet that we use for balancing, feel that equal through both feet. Try to take the back bend out of it, curling your tailbone toward your back heel. Lift up through the heart, lift up through the arms. Take another inhale, feel the side body lengthening. Exhale deeply into that left knee. 1 more breath, lift your heart. Exhale, deepen. Allow the hands again to float to the lower back. Try to take the opposite grip, so opposite thumb on top. Press your knuckles in toward the sacrum to lengthen the sacrum down. Elbows bend out to the side, lift your heart. And you're welcome to stay here, or try to lengthen the arms down so the knuckles go toward the earth and chest lifts toward the sky. Breathe in here, front body lengthens. Stay for the exhale. 1 more breath, inhale. As you exhale, bow forward, bring your left shoulder to rest on the left thigh. But let the crown of the head come down, so chin in toward the chest. Let the arms come up and away from the lower back. Keep pressing that outer left hip back. 3 deep breaths. 1 more. Release your hands. Bring your hands on either side of your front foot. Step your right foot further back. Press down into your right hand or tense your fingertips. Outer left hip pulling back. Inhale, sweep your left arm up to the sky. Big open twist. Then you're welcome to stay here, or like we've been doing, spin that top hand around and come into a twist. You can kind of hook around the top of the right thigh and use that as some leverage to turn the left shoulder open more. Maybe you turn your gaze up. So all of this twisting, really activating the energy in the heart, the energy of joy, celebration. One more deep inhale here. Full exhale. Bring your arm back up. Give yourself a big open twist. Inhale. As you exhale, both hands to the mat. Step your right foot further in. Take an inhale, lengthen your chest forward. Exhale, pyramid pose. Inhale to lengthen, outer left hip pulling back. Exhale, bow, left leg straight. Come high in your right toes. Feel free to stay here. If you need those blocks under your shoulders, bring the earth a little closer to you. Try to level out your sacrum, so pull your outer left hip back, right thigh forward and down. Soften back into your front knee. Bring your palms underneath your shoulders. We'll step back to downward dog again. This time you can ripple forward, high plank pose, and come all the way down onto the belly. Take your fingertips out wide off of your mat in line with your chest. Make your hands like little spiders, but think of having a cupcake under your hands, so you don't want to squish the icing. And tip your elbows forward. Press the tops of your feet down, even bring the feet together. On your inhale breath, peel your head and chest up off the mat. Maybe look up. Exhale, come all the way down onto the belly, forehead down. Let's add in the twist. Inhale, lift your head and chest up. Exhale, right shoulder down, look over your left elbow. Inhale, lift head and chest up. Exhale, left shoulder down, look over your right elbow. Inhale, lift head and chest up. Exhale to lower. Slide your palms underneath your chest. Tuck the elbows in. Tuck the toes. Engage your legs. Push yourself back and up. Downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. And a long breath out. Now step your toes together. Big toes touching. Bend your right knee and step through to the center of your thumbs. And then spin the back heel down. So your left toes are pointed slightly forward to the top left corner of your mat. Your right heel is in alignment with your inner back arch. Windmill your left hand all the way back. Right hand forward. Open it up. Virabhadrasana 2. Outer right hip tucking under. Inner left thigh rolling open. Expand through the heart. Take a deep inhale and a long exhale. Again, inhale, expand through the heart, then deeper as you exhale. Let's exalt our warrior. Flip your right palm up, lower your left hand down. As you inhale, reach up and back. Full exhale as you extend. Feel that front line of your body opening. Maybe turn your chest open. Maybe hand behind the head and get even more connection deep into the heart. Take a big breath in and a long breath out. Come back through center, both arms reaching forward. Utthita Parsvokhanasana, extended side angle. Start with your right forearm on your right thigh, left fingertips reaching over your ear, and then get that pinky finger down, thumb up. And again, look underneath that arm to get that little twist. Outer right hip tucking under, inner left thigh rolling open. Press the outer edge of your back foot down. Deep breath in, and a long breath out. 2 more breaths here. Feel free to add in a bind if you have it, or any other variation. And inhale brings you back up to warrior 2. Windmill your hands down to the mat. Lift your back heel up and step back, downward dog. Step your big toes together to touch. Step your left foot through in the center of your thumbs. Back heel spins down, your right toes pointed slightly forward toward the top right corner of your mat. As you rise up, peel your right arm back, left fingertips forward. Virabhadrasana 2. Get nice and long through the spine, open through the heart, reaching in opposite directions. Get the knee tracking toward the pinky toe. Outer edge of your right foot is an anchor. Outer left thigh tucking under, inner right thigh rolling open. Deep inhale to expand. Deep exhale, bend that knee. 1 more breath, inhale. Exhale, exalted warrior, Viparita Virabhadrasana. Left hand lifts up, right hand down. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to pull it back. Open your chest. So feel that connection to joy. Bring your hand behind your head, turn your heart open. Remembering that joy is a choice. Even when times are difficult, we can still choose to find the joy in every moment. Deep inhale, breathe, exhale. 2 more breaths. Breathe in, open your heart. Maybe find a little twist. Exhale, 1 more. Breathe in and out. Inhale back through center. Let's find extended side angle pose. Left forearm to left thigh. Right arm reaches up and then over the ear. Try to spin your pinky finger down and thumb up. Get that internal shoulder rotation. You can look underneath your right arm and get a long line of energy. Feel free to take a variation if you have one. Still feeling that outer left hip tucking under, inner right thigh rolling open. One more breath. Inhale yourself back to warrior 2. We'll windmill both hands down to the mat. Step back to a high plank pose. Lower your right knee down to the mat. Take your right foot behind you like a little kickstand and reach your right arm up and then over the ear. And from here, press into your finger pads and start to arch back. Feel a beautiful connection into the front line of your body. Another deep inhale, arch a little more, exhale. Let's come back through center, high plank pose. Lower your left knee down, take it back behind you. Take your right arm up and over your ear. All of this beautiful side and front body opening to get into the heart. Arch back. Breathe. Inhale, come back to high plank pose. And this time we'll lower halfway or all the way. Untuck your toes, upward facing dog or cobra. Take a couple of breaths here. If you're an upward dog, top of the thighs are lifting. Press down into the hands, draw the upper shoulders back. Take another inhale here and exhale. And now roll over the toes, make your way back to downward dog. Full inhale and a long exhale. One more inhale and exhale. Again, ripple forward, high plank pose. And this time we lower all the way to the belly. Extend your left palm forward, bend your right knee and reach back for the outer edge of your right foot with your right hand. Start to kick up and back. So this is half Dhanurasana, Ardha Dhanurasana, floor bow. Keep kicking the foot up and back. You can walk your fingertips even closer towards you if you like and push up. Try to roll your right shoulder forward. Take a breath in. A little more as you exhale. And then release. Make a little pillow with your hands. Let your feet separate a little bit or maybe bend your knees. Windshield wiper your feet side to side. Come back to your center. Release your legs. This time right palm comes forward. Bend your left knee. Reach back with your left hand for the outer edge of your left foot. Start to kick your foot into your hand. This will help to lift the chest. You can maybe walk your right hand a little closer. Ardha Dhanurasana. Keep kicking back to lift the thigh away from the mat. Take a breath in, kick more, and breath out. Outer right hip or outer left hip tucking, outer right hip rolling down. Deep breath in, a long breath out, and then lower down. There's a little bit of an extra hold on that side. I got tongue-tied. Palm stack, forehead down. Bend your knees side to side. So many body parts. Yoga has really taught me to laugh at myself, which is good. All right, let's come into that same pose again. So side to side if you like, or full Dhanurasana. So bend your knees. Reach back and grab the outer edges of your feet with your hand. You can grab lower down the legs if you like. I like to walk my knees in as close together as I can. And for some people that's challenging. So just get as close as you can. Roll the shoulders back. And start to kick your feet back and notice what happens. So first your shoulders and chest lift and keep kicking back, and then try to rock forward onto the soft part of your belly so your knees and thighs lift up. Keep kicking up and back, let the shoulders release. Gaze can be down, forward or up if you have the space in your neck. Keep kicking and hold here. Breathe for 3, for 2, and 1. Release all the way down. You can bring your hands beside you, turn your gaze to the right. Left ear down, take a breath in. And a breath out. Another breath in. And a breath out. Come for a second set. If you did one side of Ardha Dhanurasana, you can do the other side now. Bend your knees. Reach for the top of your feet. Try to bring your heels together, knees together. Draw the shoulders back. Initiate that kick and just feel that initial lift of the shoulders and the chest, and then start to kick more and lift the thighs up and roll to the soft part of your belly. Kick up and back. Find your gaze. Hold for 3. Keep kicking. For 2. One more breath. And 1. And then slowly release. Turn your gaze to the left, right ear on the mat. Let your legs relax. Take a breath in. And a breath out. 1 more inhale. And exhale. And now take your knees wide. Bend your knees. Bring your toes together to touch up in the air. Palms underneath your chest. We'll push back to a child pose. So take a slow push up and all the way back, hips to heels, forehead down, Balasana. Your knees might need to come together if your back is bothering you. Now slowly come forward. If you have access to blocks, you can bring your blocks with you. Don't worry if you don't have the blocks. If you have the blocks, you want to try, keep your toes tucked, hips above your knees, and get your forearms down onto the blocks to begin with. Bring your hands together like you're clapping and walk your elbows more forward. And then from there, start to melt the heart down toward the mat, thumbs to the nape of the neck, either forehead down or chin extended forehead forward so your throat is down. Anahatasana. And the blocks can make it quite intense, so if it's too much for you, just come down onto the mat. So often back bends are by nature heart openers. This is a deep heart opener. Take a few more deep breaths here. Come on, off of the blocks if you're there. Extend your arms forward and back into child pose. When you're ready, take your time if you're still enjoying the stretch. Then we'll make our way onto our shin bones for one final big heart opener Uttanasana. And this is really a way to access all of that amazing joyful energy that we have inside of us. And I know right now many of us are feeling very constricted, very tight in the upper body, heart very closed and protected. So this is your chance to open it up. If being on your shin bones is not accessible for you and you'd like to have a back bend, just lay down onto your back and you can slide the block under your sacrum. Otherwise, come with me. Tuck your toes. You can always roll up the mat as well under your knees a little bit to get some extra padding, so you can make a little bit of a barrier for yourself. Feel free to take a block if you have one in between your inner thighs on the narrow setting or the second setting between your ankles, and this will give you some feedback on how wide your knees and hips should be. Keep the toes tucked and bring the hands to the sacrum, that same idea of rolling the sacrum down to the heels. This will give more length to the front body and a chance to lift the heart. So again, rather than thinking of this as a back bend, think of this as a heart opener. Take an inhale breath, start to lift up and out of the pelvis. And as you exhale, maybe you start to arch back and open the heart more. We'll do 2 sets today. So on this first set, maybe keep your hands at your lower back. If you're feeling like you want to go deeper, you can swim your right arm forward all the way back, lightly touch down on your right heel. Left arm, swim it all the way forward and back, big back stroke. Press your thighs forward, lift your chest, maybe head goes back. Another breath or 2, and then when you're ready, hands back to the lower back, untuck your toes, sit back onto your heels, find stillness. It's really nice right now to bring the hands onto the heart and breathe. Turn up the light, the energy, the volume of your heart. A big clearing breath in through your nose. And a big sigh out your mouth. Exhale. A little love note to yourself. All right, back onto the shin bones we go. If you're on your back, you can do a second set of little bridge or supported bridge. You can use a block if you like. Hands to the lower back again. Curl the sacrum down toward the heel. Start to lift up and out of your pelvis as you arch back. Maybe you stay here. Maybe you swim the right arm forward and back at that big opening in the heart. And nice rotation for the shoulders. Lightly touching down on the heels. Maybe head goes back. Try to take 5 breaths. Take your last breath, and then when you're ready, hands to the lower back. Sit back onto your heels as you untuck your toes, chin to the chest. Bring your hands to your heart. Maybe drop your chin into the chest. Relax the back of your neck. Bow into the light of your beautiful heart. Always important to listen to your heart. And you can take your fingertips to one side, shift your hips to that side and feet out from underneath you, and extend your legs to the top of your mat. One of the best counter poses for back bending is a forward fold, so we'll take that. If you find that your back is tight or your hamstrings are tight, you can sit up onto a block. So put the block just underneath the edge of your seat, right in the center. And this will help to tilt the pelvis forward more. Fingertips out to the side. You can always place a blanket under the back of your thighs as well, or soften your knees. Take an inhale to lengthen, reach up. As you exhale, fold forward over your thighs. Touch anywhere you can. Inhale, lengthen one more time, pull the heart through, and exhale brings you into the fold. Now let's take 5 deep breaths here. Beautiful release of the heart, softening in. One more breath, inhale and exhale. Slowly roll yourself up. Bend your right knee and take it out to the right. Maybe shift yourself to the left side so your knee is on the mat. One more beautiful expression here of joy. Right fingertips back behind you. Make sure you do this pose with a smile. Maybe lift your heart up and send that energy somewhere. Press down into your right hand. Turn your left toes down. As you inhale, press into your right shin bone. Arch up and back, a variation of gate pose, very similar to a pose we've already done today. Take a deep breath in, a long breath out. One more, turn up the volume of your heart. Breathe in, and as you exhale, share it out. Slowly come back down. Let's switch sides. So maybe go to the right side of your mat, bring your left foot into your right inner thigh. Take your right fingertips back behind you, turn your right toes down. On your inhale breath, press into your shin bone, lift your hips, and start to arch back. Maybe look for your fingertips. Feel that beautiful heart opening. Make sure you have a smile on your face. Bring in that sense of joy, that choice to be joyful, even in difficult times. Big breath in, full breath out. Slowly bring yourself all the way back down. Extend your legs out in front of you and give them a little shake. Now we'll make our way down onto our back so you can come to the top of your mat. Plant your feet down. Wiggle your seat closer to your heels. Inhale to lengthen your chest forward. And as you exhale, slowly roll yourself down onto your back. And as you come all the way down onto your back, give your knees a little hug into your chest. Uttanasana. Bring your feet back to the mat. Cross your right ankle over top of your left thigh and bring your left knee in toward your chest, like supine pigeon. Press your right knee actively away using your outer right hip. You can hold behind the thigh if you need, or hug in front of the shin and draw the left knee a little bit more to the left. And we'll add a twist into this. So cactus your right arm out to the right, so secure, stabilize the pose, and draw the shape of your legs over to the left, keeping your right foot on the floor. You can grab onto your right ankle and actively push your right knee away, right thigh away, and you'll feel this into the top of the right hip. It's a very intense stretch for some people, so if this is too much, uncross your ankles and stack your knees together and maybe bring them inch a little bit higher up toward your left armpit. Otherwise, stay here and enjoy this hip opener and twist at the same time, gazing over your right shoulder. Take a few deep breaths. Inhale and exhale. 2 more. Inhale and exhale. Last one. Breathe in and out. Use your hands. Bring your hands beside your body. Push your legs back through center. Release your legs up to the ceiling. Take a happy baby pose. Knees come wide. Reach for the outer edges of your feet with your hands. Pull the top of your thighs down toward the outer edges of your rib cage. Press your feet into your hands, hands into your feet. Roll the sacrum down. Maybe once you have all that, you can rock side to side. Beautiful. Release your feet to the floor. This time cross your left ankle over your right thigh. Supta Uttanasana, supine pigeon. Hug anywhere you can behind the right leg or in front of the shin. Maybe draw it a little bit more to the right. Feel that nice opening into the hip. Be actively pushing your left knee away using your outer left hip. You're welcome to stay and enjoy this, or we'll come into a twist. You can cactus that left arm and slowly draw the shape of your legs over to the right. Go slowly. Hang on to your left ankle with your right hand and push your left knee away. And again, if this is too much for you, uncross your legs, stack them together, and you can turn and look over your left shoulder. If you can, maintain this twist. Open the hip, open the chest, open the heart. One last final wringing out of the abdomen, the belly. Two more deep breaths. Bring your hands back to the mat. Support yourself to come back to center. Knees come into the chest. And this time, Viparita Karani, legs up and arms up. Mild inversion. You can rotate out to the ankles and the wrists. If there's any other inversion that you'd like to bring into your practice, you can. And just allow a stillness to happen. The buoyancy of the arms and legs. The softening of the shoulders and hips. Allow your spine to melt down into the mat, into the earth below you. Allow your limbs to float softly, buoyant, light. Take as much time as you would like here. Any other pose that you would like to bring into your practice, you can. And when you're ready, you'll take yourself into your Shavasana. The legs and arms will melt slowly down till you can come to a resting place on your mat. Your legs and arms relaxed, open. Take your time if you're still enjoying some other shapes. Your Shavasana can be as long as you like past the end of this class. I'll just remind you one more time that I would love everyone to join on May 2nd at 9:15 a.m. We'll practice together. Even if power is not your thing, you can still do any of the classes I have on YouTube or just join in for the fun of it. Feel free to please donate. Donate as much as you can. Any amount helps to Backpack Buddies. And the link is in my Facebook post, so you can message me for more info. And I'd like to read to you one more time the intention for today, just to rub it in deeply as you're relaxing here. In fact, rub this idea all over yourself. Joy. Joy can be found in two ways: as a spontaneous, blissful moment that occurs as a reaction to something wonderful, or as a great pleasure arising from the feeling of accomplishment. And you can have both of those tonight through your practice of just reacting to this gift that you've given yourself. Feel joyful, and also that you've accomplished so much by just breathing and being. And thank you so much for sharing your amazing, beautiful energy with me, whether you're practicing live or at a later date. I look forward to all of these yoga dates that we have together. And I'll be continuing to share these free yoga classes every day. So please follow me on Facebook or Instagram to find out when the next practice will be in the next couple of weeks. You never know, maybe we'll get to see each other again. I sure hope so. Namaste.